Welcome to my live streaming analysis. So today we will analyze some cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, and stocks. So first, disclaimer guys, I'm not offering any financial advice. So please trade at your own risk. Thanks guys. So let's start with Bitcoin. I'll be using Renko chart together with candlestick chart and indicators, Bollinger Band and divergence indicators. So currently, BTC is trading around 12,995. So this is actually a long-term downtrend and it break out at this area around the $10,300. And then it pulled back a bit and now currently trading at around 12,996. If you look, if we put the Bollinger Band, it's Bollinger Band, not near the upper Bollinger Band, and normally the upper Bollinger Band serve as resistance, but there are some instances that it breaks the upper Bollinger Band or it went outside the Bollinger Band. Like for example, in this instance, it breaks the upper Bollinger Band. So actually, Bitcoin is at very critical level because if it breaks this area, the 13,075, possible target is this area, the next resistance. The next resistance of around 13,800. Failed to, if it failed to break this area, since it's already at resistance, this is actually a possible double top. Um, so the possible support I'm looking at is this area, the previous resistance, and now becomes the support. Which is worst case around this area, around the 10,400. But as what I've said before, each Renko bar can actually serve as support and resistance. Like for example, this one, actually BTC already went, wait, went as high as more than 13,200. But the Renko chart did not yet created another chart because it needs to close at or reach 13,471. So right now the support is, I mean the resistance is around 13,075. So yeah, let's see. Normally for weekends it's a low volatility, so I'm expecting a possible pullback. But of course, it depends on institutional investors if they will push this even higher and retest the around 13,800. If this is the possible double top, actually that's also a possible double top if it reach and retest the 13,800. So yeah, currently I'm already my posts are actually a short. I have short position. I opened a position around, wait, um let me check my I opened a short position around the 13,175.4 as an average price, and it's currently trading around um 13,009. So yeah, because I think um it's it's more on a downside. I don't know. Because it's already at the upper Bollinger Band, and tomorrow is weekends. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Um, anyway, let's also look at the that's how the Renko chart is for candlestick. Yeah, actually they are almost the same. If you look at this area, it actually went outside the Bollinger Band. So it's a possibility that it could also, went it's already went outside the Bollinger Band. But currently I have a short position because I'm expecting it to go back within the band. So yeah, and if you use the divergence indicator using the candlestick, you can see that um, it's already at overbought territory. RSI is already around 81.30. Actually, my setting is 80 as an overbought and 20 as oversold. So yeah, I think that's it for um, Bitcoin. But over the long term, of course, I'm bullish for Bitcoin. Actually, I'm also holding Bitcoin long term bullish, but for short term, yeah, it depends on the time frame. So let's move on to the next. After Bitcoin is Ethereum. So using the Renko chart, Ethereum have a long-term downtrend, and it's still within that downtrend area. Though currently it's moving higher and trying to retest the resistance area. The resistance I'm looking at is of course the previous high, which is around the 488 area. And of course, the strong support I'm looking at is this area, 319. But of course, as what I've said, each Renko chart can also serve as a support and resistance. So actually currently I have a long position in um, Ethereum. So see if there's still an opportunity at the moment. Currently it's trading around 418, and my target is of or cut loss area is the low, or I mean the close of the previous rent of the previous confirmed Renko, because this is a projected bullish Renko. So if I entered a long, risk reward ratio is 4.05. For me, this is still an attractive trade. Um, if it reach my TP area, I could possibly gain around 18%. And if I got stop out, I might possibly lose around 4.48%. So I think that's it. I wait. Anyway, if it breaks this previous high, it could possibly, of course, uh, break this long-term resistance. Yeah, here, that this one. It could possibly break the long-term resistance area. So yeah, possible. Of course, that's more than possibly Ethereum could reach more than 5. That's already more than 500 level. So around 547. So yeah, I think let's see how it goes for um, Ethereum. Anyway, let's also add the Bollinger Band. So currently it's still trading within. So I think there's still a higher upside potential for Ethereum. So next is, wait, let's look also at the divergence indicator is still trending higher. And could possibly retest this area around the 71 area, RSI of 71. So yeah, I think that's it for Ethereum. I'm still bullish on Ethereum with a possible target of around 488. If it break that area, it could possibly reach around 543 area. And of course, immediate support is of course the Renko, the previous confirmed Renko close of around 400, this area, around, I mean, this area is around 395. So let's move on to the next. Um, let's look at Litecoin first, or LTC. Because normally I'm trading Bitcoin, Ethereum, and LTC. This is actually the weekly Renko. Let's go back to the daily. Renko chart. Let's just adjust it a bit. And this one, how about this one? I think that's there and there. So if you look at Litecoin, actually they are almost the same with Ethereum. They are still within the long-term downtrend. So let's make it bigger. But currently it's a bullish or trending higher that could possibly retest the previous resistance of around this area, around the 68 area. And of course, the strong support I'm looking at is this area, the around 45. But as I've mentioned, each Renko can also serve as support and resistance. You can actually use the low or the open of this as support, which is the 5380. So this is 5380, 53.80. So if I go long, let me see if still a profitable trade. Actually, currently I'm also long to Litecoin. I entered the trade around the 50 area. So if I entered now, or if I open a trade now, that's still a risk reward ratio of 4.09. I could still gain a possible income or return of around 18.98% if my TP got hit. But if I got stopped out at around the 5380 area, I could lose around 4.64%. So let's see. Let's add the divergence indicator. Currently, it's still trending higher, and the R star is still at the middle of um, my oversold and um, overbought and oversold territory. So I think it's still good to open a trade in my opinion. And let's add the next one, the Bollinger Band. So still within the band. So it could possibly retest this area around the 60, around the 62. That's the um, upper Bollinger Band. Yeah, but I think it will retest the previous high, especially that Bitcoin is more than 13,000, currently trading more than it's already 12,990. So yeah, let's see how it goes for Litecoin. So next is let's look at Link. Currently, Link is trading within the downward channel and currently um, trying to retest the previous high of around 12.77. The resistance I'm currently looking at is this area, to retest this area of around the 13.80. So that's 13.80 area, or around $14. And of course, the support I'm currently looking at is the immediate support, of course, this area, the 11.80 area. Worst case, of course, it will retest this um, strong support. So currently, it's looking good, but it's already approaching the resistance area. Sorry. Aside from that, it's already higher than RSI. It's already higher than the regular bearish of around 48 area. So, but then again, it could still possibly retest this area around the 59 area. And yeah, strong demand could possibly, of course, retest the 80 area. So let's check the Bollinger Band. It's still within the band. So I think for Link, it could still possibly retest the previous, or I think it will break the previous resistance of around 12.78 and retest the $14 area. So if it breaks this area, the $14, next possible resistance is of course this area, the $18. So I think that's it for Link. Currently I have no open position right now. I'll just wait for a breakout here. So next after Link, let's go to dot or Polkadot. Well, currently, Polkadot is divergence indicator still trending lower, and the trend still trending lower and retesting the previous Renko support. If it breaks that area, it could possibly retest the previous low of around $3. So, but then again, it's forming a projected Renko chart. So if this is a confirmed Renko, let's just wait for it for the confirmation of this chart before I go long. So with a possible target of around this area. That's my TP1 around the 5.28, and I will take another TP at around 6.82. So yeah, let me see if this is a profitable trade. So I will enter when Renko this is a bullish when this is a confirmed bullish Renko chart. So I'll just wait for the confirmation of that chart. So that's actually a possible risk reward ratio of 2.13. I could possibly gain around 17%. And of course, if I use the second TP or target of around 6.8, that's a risk reward ratio of around 6.61. I could still possibly gain around 51%. So yeah, I think that's it for DOT. Now let's move on to XTC. So for Polkadot, I will enter long around 4.5. So yeah, let's see. Next is XTC. Oh, still currently. For XTC, it's still under consolidation, I think, at this area and forming a new support area at this area around the 2.08. So I think I'll just wait for the confirmation of it before I go long. So currently, yeah, it's a waiting time for me for XTC. And aside from that, divergence indicator is still going down, while the Bollinger Band, yeah, it's still trading within or lower Bollinger Band. So if I go long at this area, this is my possible TP, and of course my possible 92.85%. So I'll just wait for the confirmation of the projected bullish Renko chart before I go long. And of course, hopefully this one will trend higher. So I think that's it for XTC. I'll just wait for now. Next is let's go to commodities. Let's go to gold. I'll just check on it. Gold is still trading higher. And actually this is a that's going up. That's actually a bullish divergence, and it's going down. So I'm expecting it to bounce and retest this previous resistance of around the 2009, and of course to break this area. I mean to retest the previous all-time high of around 2069. Currently, I have an open long position in gold. Currently, this is my This is my cut loss area, 1872, and actually I'm expecting it to retest and break the previous resistance. I mean the previous all-time high. So actually that's my target for gold. For gold, actually I'm using leverage of around 500 times. So I think that's it. If let's look, wait, let's just calculate it. So if it reached that previous, or I mean if it hit that 2069, that's a possible gain of 7.27% times 500 times. So that's a possible 3,635. But of course, if I lost or my cut loss area got hit, I could possibly lose around 2.93%. I mean 2.99%. 2.99 times 500. So that's around 1495. So I think that's it for now for gold. So next is silver. Actually, they have the same with gold. This is actually, this is 22,536, 22, yeah, this is going down and this is going up. So that's actually divergence. Actually, my target, I also have a long position here with a target of this area to retest the pre. So my cut loss area or the support I'm currently looking at is the $22. So so yeah. Since I have an open position, I normally use each Renko bar as support and resistance, especially if I have an open position. So that at least the rest is lesser. So that's still a possible risk reward ratio of 4.56. I could still possibly gain around 15.94. For silver, actually I'm also using a 500 times leverage. I'm a risk taker. Very high risk, but um there should also be a proper position size because I'm also protecting my capital. So yeah, I think that's it for um, silver. Now let's move on to US oil. So currently US oil is trading within the long-term downtrend channel and could possibly hit or retest the previous resistance of this area. This But before that, it needs to break this area, or let's just use this. This is the area to break. So, or that's around the $70 area. And the support I'm looking at is this area. Currently, I have no position, but of course, the strong support I'm looking at is, of course, this area. But we can use each Renko as a support and resistance. I'm looking at this area as a possible strong support, the $30 before this long-term support area. So I think that's it. Well, I think I could still open a long position here. That's a possible target, and my cut loss area of around the 36.30. So that's still a possible risk reward of 5.15. I could still possibly gain around 61%. So aside from that, it's still trending higher. Actually, that's a breakout. So possibly it will retest this area, the previous resistance of around 65. So this area. So I think that's it for um, US oil. Now let's move on to natural gas. So for natural gas, I'm looking at this area around 3.85 as a possible support. I mean, a possible resistance. This previous one around the 3.88 area. If it breaks this area, it could possibly retest the previous high of around 4.81. Currently, I have no open position here in natural gas. But the strong support I'm looking at is this area around 2.63 area. Of course, worst case is to retest the previous support of around this area, 1.59. I think I start trading it around $1.80. So this is the strong support I'm looking at, the 1.59. So let's look at the Bollinger Band. Actually, it's getting closer to the upper Bollinger Band. So yeah, let's see how it goes. I think that it could still create a new bullish Renko here. And then what's next after? Yeah, I'm expecting a possible pullback to retest 2.63 area. So yeah, I think that's it for natural gas. Now let's move on to indices. So, Dow Jones is currently trading live. So it's already open market. But if you look at the Renko chart, it's actually forming a um, bullish candle, a projected bullish candle that could possibly retest the previous resistance of around the all-time high. So that's the 29,115 area. So yeah, wow. However, the divergence indicator is still trending lower. So for this one, I'm expecting or the 26,865 as a support. It's currently trading 28,379. So actually Nasdaq, I'm not, I mean Dow Jones, I'm not normally trading the Dow Jones. But let's see. Wait, let's make a projection. If it break this all-time high, so that's a possible next target of around the 32 area, 32,000. The 32,000, I mean, this is the index. So yeah, let's see. Wait, let's check on the candlestick. Yeah, I think it's making a momentum to break this previous high or the all-time high. So yeah, I think it's better to use this. Yeah, I just used this Renko chart. I think I just started using it around September, I think, or just last month. And the result is, I think, quite good, better than the candlestick. Anyway, let's move on to the next index, the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 is it's currently trading around 3,458.2, and I think it will retest the previous all-time high. So let's check or a possible target using the Fibonacci. So a possible target of around 3,957. So I think let's see how it goes for S&P 500. Let's look at the Bollinger Band. But currently it's already trading near the Bollinger Band, near the upper Bollinger Band. Currently, I am not trading this one, S&P 500. And now let's move on to Nasdaq. Oh, I'm using the weekly chart. Actually, Nasdaq is currently trading lower. This one and this. So I'm expecting it to the previous support of around 10,800. Currently, it's trading around 11,599. So I think let's see. And of course, the resistance at this area around the 12,072. Hi, what broker do you use? Broker in what? In what? Well, for the broker, it depends on what I trade. I normally trade cryptocurrency futures. I use BTC and Prime XBTC. Prime XBT platform. So, BTC, Ethereum, and Litecoin in BTC platform, and then Prime XBTC for commodities, indices, and some cryptocurrencies also. For stocks, US stocks, actually I'm not trading US stocks at the moment, but I do have or I open an account in eToro. And for cryptocurrency spot, I'm using OKEX and Binance, and of course, and some of it Qcoin and some other platform depending on where the cryptocurrency is listed. So next, let's check on Tesla. Tesla. Oh, yeah. They actually. Oh, actually, they just released the earnings, which is a surprise up by 34.41%. But it's actually currently forming a projected bearish Renko chart. So since this is a surprise or better than expected earnings per share, I think this should bounce and retest the previous high. Let's look at the foot. Oh. However, I'll just wait until it try to retest this area if there's a dump. Wait, we can actually use the candlestick. Actually, it's just the same still. So this is the possible support I'm looking at, the 367 area. But as what I've mentioned, you can actually use each Renko chart as support and resistance. So yeah, let's see if this 489 holds. If not, it could possibly retest the 367 area. But actually better than expected. I'm expecting it to trade higher. Maybe sell on news, or they're just taking profit from it. But if I have a let me try to check or check the eToro. Possibly I will go long um to this because earnings are better. So yeah, I'll just wait for another candle or another Renko here. Let's look at this one. Yeah. Oh, however, it's still within or just at the middle of the Bollinger Band. Maybe I'll just wait if it reach the 367. If not, um, yeah, I'll just look at it within the next or within next week or next week so that I'll know what's the trend. So for now, it's forming a projected bearish Renko. So yeah, let's see. But I think it should be a buy. Let me, if I entered here, wait, or possibly there, this is the previous high, and of course my possible entry point um at this 434. I will wait for it to reverse the bearish Renko before I go long. So that's actually a possible risk reward of 3.32. I could possibly gain around 15%. So yeah, let's see how it goes for Tesla. And now let's move on to the next. So let's try Snap. Wow, Snap is currently and near the upper Bollinger Band. Aside from that, it's also at um, RSI of around 78. So I think I'll just wait for it for rejection before I go short. So for now, yeah, it's a wait and see mode. It's actually at near. So next stock is, let's look at, what's that? Apple shares. Oh, November 10. but it's forming a projected bearish Renko chart. So the 122 area is now serves as resistance area. So yeah, that could possibly retest the previous low of around the 104 area. However, actually, divergence indicator is actually going up. So if it continues to trade at this area, this should be a possible bullish divergence. Yeah, I don't know why Apple is down. Wait, let's look at previous quarterly earnings is actually a surprise or better than expected of around 25%. So they released it on, last July 30. So July 30, that's July 24. And it's better to use this one, candlestick, because this is a daily. July 30. There. Actually because that's a surprise, um, or better than expected earnings. This is July on that release. That's why there's a gap up there. There's a gap up. There's a gap on that day. And there's an estimated upside of 43 area. So yeah, I think we can wait for the earnings within the next, or actually it's next week, because actually if this is another surprise or better than expected earnings, we can see a possible bounce of also around the 43%. So yeah, let's see. Anyway, let's assume that it will retest this support area. So that's a possible target of around 145. Anyway, let's look at the Bollinger Band. Yeah, I can actually wait at 111 area, because at least this is the lower Bollinger Band. So let's use the lower Bollinger Band as a possible support. So yeah, it could possibly reach $150 if the earnings is better than expected on October 30. So yeah, let's go back to Renko chart. Yeah, I'll just wait. It actually depends on the earnings. I'll just wait at the lower Bollinger Band. So next is surprise earnings despite the pandemic. Yeah. So next is Amazon. Amazon. When is this? October 30. So Amazon is currently trading lower. and could possibly retest this area around the 2,900. Possible catalyst is of course the earnings on October 30. And of course the resistance I'm currently looking at is the previous high of around 3,454. Currently the divergence indicator is still trading lower. So yeah, I think that's it for Amazon. Let's just wait for the earnings or wait at this area if this support area holds. So next is what else? Yeah, let's look at Google. There's still a possible upside for Google. So when is the earnings release? On the 30. So I think I can still go long to Google with a possible target of 1723. And of course, the cut loss area is this Renko, the low of this Renko of around 1560 area. And actually currently it's forming a bullish Renko chart. And the divergence indicator is still trading higher. Wait, let's check on the chart or the trend. Actually, it's widening, so it could still possibly create a new all-time high of around 1,800. Possible catalyst is, of course, the earnings on the 30. So, I think that's it for Google. And now let's move on to Netflix. I like Netflix. Let's try to see Netflix. Oh, unfortunately, it's trading lower, but it's already near the lower Bollinger Band. So I will watch at this area around the 468 area. Because actually if you look at it, this serves as support twice and will now try to retest it again. So yeah, I think that's it for Netflix. And of course, the resistance I'm looking at is the 556 area. I will wait here. Possibly I can buy 50% buy here and then another when upon confirmation of the bullish Renko. Because I think this is a strong support. Now, anyway, look at the let's look at the candlestick and let's remove all the draw. And for me, gaps are usually got filled. Wait, let's try. And currently trading near the lower Bollinger Band. So yeah, I think it's time to watch out for a possible reversal here. Possible catalyst is Oh, that's the reason why Netflix went down. It's a surprise down of around 18% earnings, negative 0.39. Wait, let's try to plot. I'll use this and I will remove the drawings. Let's go back to Renko chart. See, it's actually at support. Um, the bare basic is of course buy at support and sell at resistance. So I think it will act as support here. Yeah, in my opinion, of course. 475 is a strong support area. So breakout, if it breaks this area, it could possibly retest the previous um, here. It will possibly create another Renko bar, another down Renko bar. But I think, yeah, I'll just wait for the confirmation here. A bullish confirmation. But I think, yeah, I think it will serve as support. Let's check on this. Yeah. And at lower Bollinger Band. So I think it will, this is a strong support. But anyway, of course, let's um, wait for the confirmation. For confirmation, normally candlestick works faster than the Renko chart. So you can try to look at it. I just need to close higher than the 485 area. That's the previous, yeah, that's the previous close. So it need to close higher than that. And it's already a reversal. It's a confirmed reversal. So yeah, I think let's see how it goes for Netflix. Next is what else? I think that's just it. If you have some request, please let me know before I end this session. Finance and Qcoin and others. Qcoin and others. For yeah, I think that's for crypto futures. And indices, commodities, and crypto. Indices, commodities, and crypto. Indices and indices, commodities, and What's that? Let's look at Bitcoin. Oh, currently trading at 12,964. Because actually, if you use the candlestick chart, it's already at overbought territory and it's really bound for correction. Not unless there is a strong momentum that could still push it to retest this previous high of around the 13,000. But I think it will pull back first and then before it retests that area. Yay! Actually, I have a short position here in Bitcoin. I open it at around the 13,175.4 average price. So let's see what else. Really strong, huh? Oh, let me check this nickel. Nickel price. Wow, bound to retest the previous high. Check. Possibly retest this area, the previous all-time high or the previous high of around close to 1,300. And the support I'm looking at is at this area. I will use that. However, it's actually approaching the upper Bollinger Band. But it can still, I think it can still go higher. But for now, I think I'll just wait for it to break this all-time high before I entered a transaction. Because already late. I'm already late. Or the risk reward or the rewards might not be attractive. So I think that's it, guys. If you have some comments, questions, and feedback, do you own any Ethereum? Yeah, I do own Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and some other altcoins. Polkadot, Zilliqa, and but the major ones or the majority, I hold Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin. That's the majority of my holdings. And then the rest, I think a percentage of that, or maybe I think around 5% is on other altcoins. Mm. So this is actually the whole chart of Ethereum using the Renko chart. So if you look at the long-term chart, it's actually a downward channel, but currently trading higher. And now, yeah, I think I think this is the strong support area, the 318 area. And of course, the resistance I'm currently looking at is this area around the previous high of around 489. And currently, it's a bullish or upward or a bullish trend. And I think it will retest the previous resistance of around. Comparing it to Bitcoin, Bitcoin actually break or it already break out the long-term downward channel. Ethereum is still within the long-term downward channel, and I hope that yeah, if it breaks this 489, possibly retest the long-term resistance of around depends on where this uh, Renko chart will try to retest it, but I'm looking at least around the 500 area. Currently, I open a long position at a very low price. I think that's around wait, because currently in Ethereum I have yeah, this is my positions, but that's last October 20, yeah, this just today. That's the unrealized ROE. Yeah, I forgot what price, but I think it's around this area. This is the around the average price. And my target, my target, my personal target for Ethereum is actually to break or retest the previous high. Let's look at um the possible risk reward ratio if ever that I have no open position right now and I still open a long position at this price. So for me, when I'm trading, I normally trade um, cryptocurrencies with a risk reward of at least 2. So if I open a long position now, I could still possibly gain around 18.25%. Normally for cryptocurrencies futures, I use the maximum leverage. So for Bitcoin, I use 100 times leverage. for, yeah, I think same for Ethereum and Litecoin. That's the majority of what I trade in futures and also my holdings. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for my target price. But of course, I have a um, stop loss, market stop. I don't like the limit stop in trading cryptocurrencies. Normally, I trade stop loss. I use the market stop. But for opening a trade, limit only. So I think that's it. That's um, that's what I see for Ethereum. And yeah, I think it's just bound for, you know, to break this long-term downward channel. So yeah, let's see. Wait, let's look at the let's add some indicators. The divergence indicator. So that divergence indicator is still looking healthy, just at 57 area, and could still retest the bearish regular bearish of around 70.66. For divergence indicator, I normally use 80 as oversold and 20, I mean as overbought, and 20 below as oversold. So what else? Let's also add the Bollinger Band. So Bollinger Band, if you look at it, so it's still within the Bollinger Band. So yeah, and the upper Bollinger Band is actually 490. So I think, yeah, possibly it could retest the previous high. Because the previous high is using the Renko chart is 488.80, and the upper Bollinger Band is 490.17 area. So I think that's it for Ethereum. I hope I answer your query. So yes, 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 Bitcoin is going down. Going down and going down. Wait, let's look at the BTC dominance. Yeah. BTC dominance still trading and forming a possible bullish Renko chart. So it could possibly retest the previous Renko chart of around the 63 area. This is, yeah, 62.73 area. Yeah, normally if BTC dominance goes higher, of course the alts goes lower. So yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, if you have some comments, questions, and feedback, please feel free to reach me out. Yeah, if I have time, you can also message me, and I also doing tutorial if I have free time, because most of the time I'm also trading. Yeah, most of the time I'm actually trading online, online something, charting. So I think that's it, guys. Um, Tomorrow is Saturday, so Thanks, guys.